Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is Animal Paradise. I'm here making this video this morning. I want to talk about some points. There are some points I want to share concerning goat farming. Now, goat farming is a very lucrative and enjoyable venture. Apart from the fact that you make your money out of it, you're also going to enjoy every day. You're going to enjoy every day. And if you're able to position your goat farming very well, you will run your goat farming system stresslessly. Are you seeing it? In here in Nigeria, the major thing that gives us stress is the workers. And the workers gives us stress because if you want to go into the system or go into anything, you of a necessity must have checked and see that your money can do the business, or you will do the business within the capability of your financial ability. I've seen it, your financial ability. So spending money to buy all the things you need to buy may not be a problem, but having people of a good heart, not sound mind. Some people have sound mind, they are not crazy, but they don't have a good heart. They are sane, but they don't have a good heart. And the reason why I say they are sane is because when you see the misbehavior of some workers, you will think that they are crazy, they are insane. And you giving somebody an instruction and telling him sweep the pen, and then he will not sweep. You tell him sweep the pen because you are there, he will sweep it today. Tomorrow you are not there, he will not sweep. And he doesn't have any other duty you have delegated to him, and he doesn't have any other work that you are to pay him for. He is supposed to do your work and you pay him. Now he wants you to pay him and he doesn't want to do your work. He can sweep the pen. I've seen workers who will sweep the pen, they won't pack it. They will use broom to sweep all the goat shit and gather it in the center of the pen. For them to just get shovel or packer and pack it inside the hay pan and go get rid of it at the place, dispose of it at the place we are supposed to dispose of it, they will sweep it and gather it there and leave it there. And you will come back and tell them that, oh God, don't do this thing will give my goat disease. You say, okay, so I will go do them. The next day they will leave it there again. At the end, they want you to pay them. That's why I'm saying they are sane. They are not crazy, they are not mad, they are not crazy people, but their character, their mind is bad. They have a bad mind. Maybe they want your animals to be sick and die, and maybe they even want you to close up the business and get frustrated and close up the business. That's why I say a bad mind, because I can't understand why they will not obey simple instruction that will make the project to run and let everybody get profits. The owner gets profits, they pay your salary is your own profit. But most of them don't want to. Are you seeing it? So that's the only area we have stress here in Nigeria. There are workers that doesn't take instruction from their boss, the owner. You give them instruction, they will not do. But when months end and you don't pay them, they'll be making wahala. That's the only area we have stress in our Nigerian goat farming system. Every other area, every other problem is solvable. It's very, very solvable. You can pay some workers very well, pay them good salary, and they'll still malfunction. They'll still misbehave. And so that's that human part of the system that we cannot control. You can't actually control another person's mind. And it's the person that will discipline himself to be a humble, to be a humble and obedient worker. Are you seeing it? So that's the area. Every other area is okay. The animals doesn't cost you money. They don't smell like the poultry smell, like the piggery smell. They don't smell. They don't stress you. They're just there and you just enjoy looking at them. You'll be enjoying it. Beholding the way they jump up and down, especially when they have baby goats. You need to see baby goats. They like to jump and play. Imagine you're having like 30 or 40 baby goats together in a place. They are jumping up and down, playing and having their fun and just living that innocent kind of life. You know, beholding it will give you pleasure in your heart. You know, so that's that for that. I want to talk about some points today. Goat farming is very enjoyable, very lucrative. There are a lot of profit in goat farming. The goat itself is a profit. The money you sell by selling, the money you get by selling the goat is a profit. The enjoyment you get by beholding your goat is a big profit. When you're seeing them, that is the biggest profit. You will be having joy in your heart. I say that's one of the biggest profits in it, and so many other profits. The poop can be sold for manure. Yes, the goat poop can be sold for manure. You can sell it for manure. You can use it in your own crop farming as manure. If you have a plantain farm, you can be distributing your goat manure, your goat shit into your plantain farm. Any plantation you have, you can be distributing your goat manure into it. You can sell it to some people at a cheap price. It's a kind of profit too. And then the experience you gather over the years by dealing with different kind of people is also a profit. It's also a profit. The experience you get by dealing with Benue workers is a profit. The experience you get by dealing with Hausa workers is a profit. The experience you get by dealing with different kinds of workers. Take for instance, the Hausa, the Fulani worker will not steal any of your thing. Sometimes the people accrue bad characters to them, but if you deal with an average Fulani person, they will not steal from you, and they won't steal from you, but they don't have a guarantee. They don't have a guarantee. They have a culture of seeing life so easy. And so if you have a Fulani worker, you don't have a guarantee that you have a worker. And because he can be happy today, tomorrow he will just sleep and just wake up in the morning and just pack his bag and just leave for no reason. Maybe one small thing, maybe mosquito just bite him in the night. Because of that, a Fulani person can just quit. He will not even bother about the money you're owing him. He won't bother. And so they have their own disadvantage, while the other kind of people, different workers, they have their own disadvantage. I think but over the years, as you're dealing with them, you begin to gather experience, and that experience also is a profit in the system. It's a profit in the system. But if God wants to favor you in goat farming, He will just give you a good worker. If God gives you a good worker, you are 101% successful in your goat farming. 101% successful already. If God just bless you and give you a good worker. That's that for that. The point I want to talk about today is increasing your herd. Increasing your herd. Mortality is a part of goat farming. Animals are living things, goats are living things. They will die sometimes. And there are more than 1,001 things that want to kill your goats. So the whole essence of what we do in goat farming is to ensure that we do things to reduce mortality. Goats will die. But the death rates should be lower, very, very lower. The mortality rate should be very, very lower than the increasing rates. If you're starting goat farming newly, you cannot be increasing by births, by reproduction. By reproduction, not until you have gotten to 100 animals. Increase by reproduction will be too low for you. It will be too low for you. So you need to be buying animals, stocking. If you have 50, if you get money, buy 10 and join. If you get money, buy 5 and join. If you still get money, buy another 20 and join. Until you get to 100. If you still get to that 100, if you still have money, still be buying and join. And be increasing by purchase. Rather than getting 50 animals and expecting that those 50 animals will give birth. If you have 50 animals in a new farm, within 3 months, you may lose more than 10 animals. I'm using the word a new farm because many problems are in a new farm. A new farm is inexperienced in many things. The grasses, the animals are not even settled yet. The fact that they are not settled yet An animal, you bring it to a farm this January and it stays January, February, March for 6 months. It has not stayed stable. Unlike an animal that has been in a farm for 2 years. So if you have 50 animals in a farm for 3 months, they came in January, this is March, and you have 50 animals in a farm that have been there for 2 years, the 50 animals that have been there for 2 years, the mortality will be very low. In fact, it can be 0. While the 50 animals that came newly, you can lose up to 15. Outside PPR will not, people you brought vaccinated animals in, you can still lose up to 15 because of many things. One, the animals themselves have not stabilized. Some animals used to do shakara the way human beings used to do shakara. They will come to your farm, the food you are having for them to eat, they will not be enjoying it. They don't like it. So they'll just be nibbling the food small, eating small, not eating as they used to eat in the old place that they are in. That will give them malnutrition. It may not even give them malnutrition, it will cause their immune system not to be so strong. So one day that sickness, one cold enter his body or any bacteria or virus just attack it, you just find that you just die for no reason. Because he's not feeding well, not because you are not even producing good food. He's not used to the food you are producing. You are giving them. That's one thing that can affect a new farm. That's why as a new farm, make up your mind to continue to stock. Not just say, okay, I want to buy 50 and stop. If you buy 50 and stop, that 50 will reduce to 30. It will reduce to 30. If the animals are on zero grazing, your workers used to bring food for them. That is a big problem on its own. A very mighty problem. Because if you're not there, those workers won't do as they're supposed to do. Where they're supposed to feed them 3 times a day, they will feed them in the morning. They will enter their room and go and smoke and sleep. And they'll wake up around 5. Meanwhile, afternoon food, they have skipped afternoon food. They didn't feed them afternoon. They do not feed them in the evening. And averagely, a goat is supposed to be, if a goat on zero grazing or zero grazing, is supposed to be fed 4 times a day. 4 times a day. And the workers will end up feeding them 1 time a day. Sometimes they will give them food in the morning and go to markets. That market means they are going to go and play. They'll go, say they want to barb their hair, they want to buy battery, they want to do this. They'll just leave the farm and come back around to 8 in the night. All these are small things that are militating against they are causing mortalities in the farm. So small an error. So small an error. If a goat does not eat well today, between today that it did not eat well and 14 days, the goat will have issue. If it's pregnant, it may have miscarriage and 1 or 2 small problems. Are you seeing it? So that's why the farm owner, and then bacteria are there, and then the animals also are not used to the weather condition of the place you just brought them to. Maybe the pen where they were in before was colder or warmer. Now where they are now is having small issues. The temperature is not the same. Maybe they are feeling cold. Are you seeing it? Just as how humans sometimes used to get this discomfort. Sometimes you can travel to a distance and spend the night in a hotel. You will be so stressed out. You will not be comfortable in the hotel that you paid money to rent. You will not be. So also these animals, when they change sleeping places, sometimes it do stress them out. So a new farm will lose animals. The mortality rate of the new farm have to be brought down, because averagely we are fighting against mortality. You bring 100 animals, the condition says these 100 animals must die today. Then it is your duty to ensure that you save 99 by tackling the things that is planning to kill them. Are you seeing it? And then the old farmer has a lot of experience. If he sees an animal that is going to be sick, he will know. A new farmer doesn't know that this animal is going to be sick. So whatsoever will be wrong with the new animal in the new farm must have gone far in the animal before it is noticed. It must have gone far before it is noticed. Then being that it has gone far, it is said that early detection is the key to survival. Because it has gone far, it was not detected early. Even when you now apply drugs, it may not be able to work well. So if you're starting a new farm, double the money you want to use for stocking in your mind. You want to stock 100 animals, plan for 200 animals. Once you stock 100, then you will now plan that if anything happens, I will use the money on ground to fix and buy more. So you double the price in your mind, so that in case anything happens, then you will now say, okay, I will restock those ones that died. So if you're starting a new farm, continue to buy animals. Goat farming is lucrative, goat farming is good, goat farming is this, but it is not as how we say it on the table. Do you know that if your workers don't sweep your pen in 2 days, you can lose 7 animals? Especially the male animals in your farm. They are the ones that get affected with infection faster than the female animals. The male animals, suddenly you will see that it will stop eating because the pen was not swept Monday, Tuesday. And they're not sweeping that pen most of the times. You also give them foot rots. You give them foot rots. Sometimes when they step on that poop will go and stay inside their hoof. Staying inside their hoof. And they match a wet urine. Another goat urinate somewhere and they match it. That wetness wet the poop in their hoof. It can begin to decay. Bacteria can start eating up their legs. And you begin to see foot rot. Before you know it, 5, 6, 7 goats, they are limping. They are not able to put their back leg on the floor. They are not able to put their front leg on the floor. They are limping because their pen was not swept well. And that not sweeping their pen well is a problem of the worker not being diligent. Are you seeing it? So continue to increase your animals. Continue to increase the numbers. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to get 50 animals, and 50 animals based on the books, they're going to give me 200 in 12 months. They're going to become 200 in 12 months. That is mathematical calculation. In real life, it may not be so. Some of them will have miscarriages. If they are not fed well, some of them will have miscarriages. Some of them will finally born. And because it's a new farm, the farmer does not know how to handle kids goats. And because the farmer is not experienced in managing kids goats, I'm going to talk about that just now. Many of the kids goats will die. And then because it's a new farm, both the farmer and the owner and the worker does not know the nutritional requirements or the nutrition that the goat is needing. They don't know the nutrition that the goat is needing. The goat will be having issues. There's a farm I know that have about 70 something goats. The goats were stunted. There's what we call stunted growth. The animal will grow to a point and stop growing. How were they able to run their animals, the whole animals in the farm, to a state of stunted growth? They were feeding the animals with elephant grass. They were feeding them with elephant grass. They will go and cut elephant grass and give them. The goat will eat. The man will be happy that the goat is eating, but the nutrition on the animal in the elephant grass that the goats are eating is not high. It's not high. So the animals were not having stunted growth. You need my attention? You need my attention?
Why would I need your attention?
Okay, you're looking at me. So the nutrition in the feed the animals were eating was not high. So they were not having stunted growth. Stunted growth also means inability to get pregnant. The nutrition quantity is not high. They will not come on heat. Some of them manage to come on heat. The baby cannot, the nutrition cannot sustain the nutrition in the mother cannot sustain the baby. So many of them will be having miscarriages. So that individual end up running a farm for more than 1 year and 6 months, and there was no baby goats in the farm. There was no baby goats. They always look pregnant. At the end, nothing. They didn't born. Because many of them were not getting pregnant. Many of them were getting pregnant with getting miscarriages. All these are the stories of a new farm. And before we can say, okay, yeah, it's like this, it's over the years experience. And most of the times, what you read in books is different from what is in real life. What you also listen to in our videos is different from what is in real life. It's just to guide you in a way. Your own farming has its own uniqueness. There are things in your farming that is different from my own. Are you seeing it? All those are stories of a new farm. So if you're starting a new farm, don't expect that you're going to be perfect in 1 year. You're not going to be perfect in 1 year. Meanwhile, we have Animal Paradise Mentorship Club. Animal Paradise Mentorship Club is a mentorship club. You register to join it. We hold your hands and assist in setting up and running your goat farm. We assist because we see all these things. So small guidance. Not that not that you're still going to be perfect overnight. It's going to be a thing of progressive progress. Step by step, we'll be getting better. We'll be getting better. Are you seeing it? So you must continue to buy animals, and then you must be dogged. You must be dogged. You must be strong-hearted and dogged. A dogged person is someone that is meant to survive, to succeed, irrespective of what disadvantage is facing. So don't just put in money and then try to fall out and say, man, I'm tired of this thing. No. Quitters never win. Winners, they never quit. There are many reasons for winners to quit, but they won't quit. They continue. Your ability to continue is what will give you the power to win. So, this simple formula: learn to solve every problem or every challenge that you meet. If you see that you buy adult goats, they are dying, find out where they are dying and solve it. If you see that they are having malnutrition, find out why they are having malnutrition and solve it. If you see that you're having bad workers, find out how to get good workers and get them. If you realize that the kids' goats are dying, find out why they are dying and solve it. When you are solving all these problems and all these challenges you're meeting and maintaining the solution, you are progressing, you're winning, you're succeeding. You're succeeding. Isn't it? You're succeeding in your venture. So don't just meet up with one thing and say, hey, I'm backing out. No.
Thank you.
Those that won had a lot of reasons to quit, but they didn't quit. That's where passion comes in. Passion. I've seen it. So continue to increase your animals. This is already 22 minutes. I want to talk about that point. Another point is ensuring that your baby goats don't die. Ensure that your baby goats don't die. The first step you will take to ensure that your baby goats don't die is when you build a new farm, don't bring in non-vaccinated animals. Don't buy animals in the market and bring them into your farm. Don't. Make sure you buy vaccinated animals and bring them into your farm. The reason being that when an animal is vaccinated, it cannot pass the PPRO virus out. You can't pass it out. You can't take it in, you can't pass it out. If you buy animals that are not vaccinated and you bring them to your farm, when they start giving birth, their babies are going to be dying. Even when you bring them to your farm, you quarantine, them, you vaccinate them. Sometimes before their quarantine gets finished, the PPRO virus may be deposited in anywhere in your farm. If your baby goat comes in, maybe those goats you brought now, you finally quarantine them and you vaccinate them. Quarantine them, you vaccinate them. By the time they start giving birth, when they came in, they may deposit the PPRO virus in anywhere in the farm. By the time the baby goat comes in, 2 days, 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, the virus now attack the baby goats. It will give them issues. And let me say this at this time: if you vaccinate a goat for the first time, maybe you brought a new goat to vaccinate the first time, it doesn't stop them from having cough, catarrh, and diarrhea. Vaccinating an animal one time does not stop it from having symptoms. They will still have symptoms. Even sometimes multiple vaccinated animals that you have been vaccinating over 3 years, sometimes they used to have cough. It's only that they will not have diarrhea, but they will still have cough. You will still give them tyrosine. So, but if you vaccinate an animal only once, you have not started, you have not vaccinated them at all. Not until you do it 2-3 times. That's when their body system will get regulated, and that should be after 1 year. Before that 1 year, if they give birth, there are tendencies that baby goats in your farm will be dying. But there's a little secret you can do. If you want to buy animals and quarantine them, you can buy them and quarantine them somewhere else. A place that is far from the permanent site, which is a quarantine, can be like 1 kilometer away, another place entirely. You can quarantine them there, vaccinate them there, spray them there, before you now carry them to the permanent place. That may help if the virus doesn't follow them in any other way. because if the virus is deposited and the baby goat come in contact with, the virus can attack them, and before you know it, they'll die off. So ensure that you buy vaccinated goats. It will help your kids' goats that are the babies unborn. It will help them. And then for you not to lose baby goats, ensure that you feed the mothers very well. Find out what kg of feed does my goat need in every 24 hours, and what nutrition does this feed have these goats needs in every 24 hours. When you're able to find out the feed requirements, nutrition requirements, and then you implement it, you may not lose baby goats that much, because most times inability to feed the goat well may result to miscarriage, may result to premature births. The babies will be born 2 weeks before the normal time, and then you see that they are so weak. Some will just be hairless. They won't have hair in their body, flawless. They'll just be normal skin. I've seen it. So feed the mothers very well, and you won't lose baby goats. Most of the times it's difficult to save a baby goat. When baby goats are having issues, it's difficult to save them, okay, because a lot of things are involved. A lot of things you need to be an expert to be able to save baby goats. But if you do all the things right, your baby goats will not have issues. If you buy vaccinated goats, you feed them well, they will be born and their baby will be healthy. They will suck mother's breast and be okay. They'll suck mother's breast and be growing. And when they get mature enough, they'll be eating the normal mother's food, the food that the mother is eating. And all you need is just to know how to do what you do. Point number 3 on ensure your baby goat don't die is have a good pen, a good baby pen. Simple formula, like we have a formula for feeding. We always say that the feeding trough should not be empty. The feeding trough that your goats are using to eat should not be empty. There should always be food inside. That's formula for feeding. The same thing with water. The water trough should always have water. Then when it comes to baby goats, we always say that the baby goats should not sleep where the mother was sleeping when she was pregnant. If you have a pen where the mother was sleeping when she was pregnant, other goats are there. There may be cold there, the mother can withstand it. But once you born the baby, you must relocate the baby and the mother to a place that has no cold. A place that is you close the door, you close the window, and have a door and a window and close it up. And those wooden pen that we used to build in Nigeria those days, will be the wooden pen. Wooden pen is not okay for goats now. They can be manageable by the big goats, the fathers and the mothers and the pregnant goat. They can be managing that wooden pen, but the kids goats will not do well in the baby in the pen. All those pen that we build those days will say the pen should be well ventilated. That thing has murdered a lot of goats. Well ventilated has murdered a lot of goats. A lot of goats. And I want to say this, that the goats in the villages are not the same thing with the goats in the farm. And the goats in the farm, permit me to say this in a comic language. The goat in the farm does not have cholesterol. The goats in the village, they have cholesterol. They eat the food that human beings used to eat. They eat food that has palm oil. They eat food that has groundnut oil. If you cook beans and throw it in the dustbin, the goat in the village will eat that food. The goat in the farm does not have the nutrition content on that human food to eat in the farm. They are eating grass. You, as a human being, subject yourself to being a vegetarian for 5 days or one week. Stop eating cooked food and eat vegetables. Eat it in large quantity. You will see at a point your body will be light and empty. A high energy will leave your body. A high energy. You will know that your energy level has reduced because you're eating fruit and vegetables. Are you seeing it? Eating fruit and vegetables. But the goats in your farm, they are vegetarians. The goats in the villages, they are not vegetarians. They They are not vegetarians. The one in the farm is eating what you are giving it to eat. All those vegetables, grass. The one in the village, sometimes they eat a bowl of soup. They go to the village, they eat a bowl of goosey soup. Some of them, their favorite food is burnt rice. The bottom of pots, you see them go to dustbin where they are selling food. They go to that dustbin, and the woman that cook rice and they want to wash the pot, they scrape the burnt rice and throw it in the dustbin. Those go to go and match it. They will match it. Some of them eat normal rice. And we are not talking about the rascal ones in the villages that have that used to trouble people that have shop. Sometimes you see people with shade beans and rice and things on top of their table selling it, and they'll lie there inside their store to sleep. Before you know, go to climb the table. He will climb that table of raw beans, raw rice, raw egusi, raw things. He will chop it. The woman will come out and be shouting. But anyhow, that thing he has eaten has given him a nutrition in his body. When was the last time your goats ate bread? The goats in your farm. When did they eat bread? Even your workers don't see bread shop. Now goats want to eat bread. The ones in the village used to eat bread. Somebody buy bread, his son is coming from Lagos, he buy bread and give the mother. The mother ate small and didn't want to give another person. That kept the bread inside the house. Before you know, the bread that got spoiled. The mother can't eat it. He will throw it away. Who is going to eat it? The goats. The goats in the village. They are going to eat it. So that's why we must be very, very careful when handling farm goats. Goats in the farm. They have limitations. There are a lot of limitations in farming, in goat farm. The goats in your farm has a lot of limitations. The goats in the village, they know when and where to go and drink water when they are thirsty. The goats in the farm, they know where to drink water, but sometimes your workers may not put water as at when they are supposed to. They won't put water. They will go and say, okay, they want to first cook their own food before they attend to the goats. The goats may be tasty. The goat in the village is not tasty. If it's tasty, you know which backyard to enter and drink from which bucket. You know which area to stroll to and go and get water and drink. While the one in the farm is waiting for him to be served, waiting for workers to wake up, open the door and come and feed them. The one in the village has woken up since 6 o'clock, since he has a plan that tomorrow morning if I wake up, it's cassava leaf that is hungry me. I also want to eat cassava leaf in that man's farm. That man that chased me last time, they almost used cutlass to cut me. Before he come, I want to go and eat. I want to go and eat cassava leaf in that farm. If I live there, I will go to under that mango where I used to relax. There's some fresh leaf there. I will still eat some there. Before 8 o'clock, he has actualized his plan. The goat in the village, he's free range. He's walking up and down. He has actualized his plan. He will go and eat cassava leaf and go and eat mango leaf and relax. The one in the farm, by 8 o'clock, sometimes the workers are still, they just nearly wake up, they need to sweep this, they need to sweep that, they need to go and prepare their food, they need to go and get their food. Before you know, 9 o'clock, the goat in the farm has not eaten. The one in the village are eating 2 square meal by 9 a.m. The one roaming up and down is eating 2 square meal. So, there are 2 different categories of animals. So don't look at those ones and use it to judge your own. Don't look at them and use it to judge your own. The one in the farm needs special care, special attention. They are Ajebota goats. There's a reason why I use that. The germs and viruses that doesn't affect Ajepako, they used to affect Ajebota. You see them making the toy. Is it the toy adverts? The toy adverts. The boy is playing ball in the streets, playing ball in the rain. He comes back home. The mother give him the toy soap to bath, and he will bath inside rain. And they said the thing fight 99% germs. We are from Nigeria. We are from Benin City. Many years ago, children used to play ball in the streets. Germs does not affect them. It doesn't affect them because it's their system. They're Ajepako people. It doesn't affect them. Sometimes they will play ball. The ball will go and land inside stagnant water. That stagnant water have algae on top. that green algae that is on top of the water, the ball will fall inside. The children will go and carry their ball, enter that dirty water, carry their ball. And the most funniest part is that same street child will not bath that night and will sleep. But if an Ajebota child hug that boy, the Ajebota child will be sick. Or if the Ajebota child shake the boy, it didn't even enter that water, the Ajebota child will be sick. These are practical differences between village goats and farm goats. So don't always look at that village goat and think that the farm goat is the same. Just like some people in Nigeria, some people can drink tap water, normal tap water. There are some other people who will drink that tap water, they will have typhoid. There are some people who drink river water. If another person drinks that river water, the people that are not used to their Ajebotas, if they drink that river water, they will have issues. So you don't just look at them and say, are they not all human beings? It's not your mate that is drinking river water. The composition, the health composition of each party is not the same. The village goat is different. The village goat is free and happy. The farm goat is encaptivated and unhappy. Encaptivated is not where he want to be, but the village goat is where he wants to be. Anywhere he wants to be at any time, he can be there. But the farm goat is in prison. He's in prison. He can't be where he wants to be. His happiness is not complete. It's not 100%. I've seen it. So there are two different ball games. That's why when you put them in these limitations, you must provide supplements. Provide supplements. Hygiene. My next point here is hygiene. You must ensure that your workers sweep where the animals are sleeping every day, especially baby animals. If they don't sweep it every day, the baby animals will have issues. They'll have infection. And before you know they have infection, the thing has gone far in them. And then male goats also, they are the first to catch infections. Male goats, they are the first to catch infection. I don't know why it is so. There are some secrets we found out in goat farming. Male goats get infections faster than female goats. And then black goats, black Nigerian dwarf goats, has a high immune system. The immune system of the black colored goats is stronger than the immune system of the white colored goats. Take for instance, if you have 5 black goats, 5 white goats, 5 brown goats in your farm in one place, if a disease strikes those 15 animals, all the 5 white goats will die first. Then the brown goat will follow. Then the black goats will survive. Over the years, we've come to experience this. Black goats has more tendency to survive disease than colored goats, the white ones and the brown ones. The white ones are the very first one to die. And most times, because they are white, we always like white goats. And me, I like white goats. The goat is white and fine, but now that they die pass. If anything strike, you will just see them dying overnight, while the black will still be lingering on. So, hygiene. Your workers must sweep where the goats are sleeping. The village goats does not worry about hygiene because they will sleep in the kitchen, and the human beings will sweep their kitchen before they cook. Some will sleep in the veranda, and the human beings will definitely sweep their veranda every day. So the village goat has high hygiene. They sleep in a clean place. And when it comes to cold, because of the human food that the village goats are eating, their body is thick. The fat in their body is thick and it resists cold. The farm goat is a vegetarian. It not be like who they chop anything. I remember one certain time, I can't forget that thing. One woman came to meet me that my goat went to eat her something. And I said, no, the first one came from the backyard. That the goats came to eat her beans. And I said, okay, how much is the beans? We now paid for the beans. Then the one opposite my house now came to tell me that my goat came to eat her dry fish, this catfish. She used to dry catfish and put, we call it a hen bebaré in Benin. That my goat came to eat a hen bebaré, that I should come and pay. What am I trying to say? Goats went to eat fish. Fish. That's to show you what kind of things they eat. They enjoy. They enjoy. So don't ever compare them with these other guys that you are subjecting to elephant grass every day, or subjecting to grasses. Some people feed the animals with elephant grass by now. I've said it before, I'm saying it again. Elephant grass is not a quality ruminant feed. Don't feed your animals with elephant grass. It's 4% protein. It won't do much in them. It won't do much. It won't do anything. I see it. So hygiene. You must work on the hygiene of your animals. Let the place be clean. Let it be neat. Let it be clean. Let it be neat. At this point, I want to talk about another point. Feeding of the farm goats. There are different kinds of feeding. The first type of feed is your animals grazing grasses. They can be grazing grasses. You plant grass in a big field, they go there and be eating. You plant quality grass seed like bracharia, alfalfa, different kinds of grazable grasses that the animals can eat. That's one type of feed. It's very good. Another type of feed is making silage. You can make silage with any kind of grass you want to use, or with any kind of mixture. You can mix silage grasses with some other feed ingredients to make silage. You can use bracharia, you can use super napier, you can use super napier, you can use granite leaves, you can use soya beans leaves, anything. You can ensile it. You can even mix it with other things like cassava peels. You can mix it to your silage. Then we have hay. Hay is dried materials. Either you dry granite stem and granite leaf, or you dry bracharia as hay, or you dry super napier. I went to Ogun State, I saw people selling dried super napier in kg. They get super napier, they take it through the silage machine. The silage machine will chaff cutter. The chaff cutter will chaff it into smaller particles. They will dry it, and they do not be selling it in kg. You can buy 20 kg, you can buy 10 kg and throw it to your animals. It's rich in energy and protein. It's rich in energy and protein. And that is a type of hay, dried grasses. And then we have this last one, which is the feed, formulated feed. And recently, we in Animal Paradise, we begin to formulate feed. And when we formulate feed, I now begin to observe the performance of the feed on the animals. Are you seeing it? We observe the performance of the feed on the animals over a period of time. We now see that formulating feed, making pellets for your goats, is one of the best things you can ever do to your goats. Making pellets for them is one of the best things you can ever do to them. When they go to the field to eat, you cannot actually calculate and determine how much nutrition that they get. When you feed them with silage, you know that you are making using quality silage materials to make silage. But when you're using pellets, you are able to actually determine the percentage of protein, the percentage of carbohydrate, the percentage of minerals, the percentage of vitamins. You are actually able to determine it and mix it together and turn it to pellets. When you mix all these things in 100 kg together and you turn it to pellets, you see that this quantity of pellets I'm having is 100 kg pellet. Then you feed it to the animals. One of the days my wife came to the backyard. I said, honey, what are you giving to all these goats? See their stomach. She was surprised the way their stomach was big. They were just, when they go to they were just doing like this. They were just big and fat. Why? We just fed them with pellets uninterruptedly for 5 days. When I mean uninterruptedly, I mean the philosophy of feeding. There will always be feed in their feeding trough. And one of the secrets of the pellet thing is that the animals eat a little and they get filled. Because once you formulate your feed by mixing all the feed mixtures, pelletizing will now compress it. Will now compress it. So each pellet, when you get a 1 kg of pellets, it may be like 3 kg of formulated feed, not pelleted formulated feed. That is the powders you mix together. 3 kg may produce 1 kg of pellets. And when the goats get there and then eat, they are filled. Then once they drink water, the pellet will now explode in their stomach and expand in their stomach. And you see them being full. And you see that 3 buckets of pellets that you turn in their trough, all of them have eaten. And they see something inside the bucket, inside their feeding trough. They will eat and drink water, and the stomach will be filled and they'll relax. And within a short time, even though sometimes when your growth is growing, you that see them every day, you will not know that they are growing. But because your stomach is big and big, you begin to see an improvement in the life of the animal within a short time, within a period of 1 week. Because you are feeding them with a high protein content. Take for instance, we get protein content from brewery waste. We get protein content from wheat offal. We get protein content from PKC. We now mix all these protein contents together, and then you get carbohydrate content from maybe maize plus cassava peels plus molasses that you're going to use to wet it. You now add all those carbohydrate content together, compressed. Hey, it's funny. The protein, you have compressed it together. The carbohydrate, you have compressed it together. The minerals also, where you get all the feed mix. And there's something we call the premix. You get a premix, it has nutritions. You get your salt, you add to it. You get your limestone, you add to it. You get your bone meal, you add to it. You get so many other things you want to add to it. I used to add some other things to my own. You add to it, like Epsom salt. I used to mix Epsom salt with my salt. I know my kitchen salt calls for animal salt. You mix Epsom salt with it, you add it to the feed. Epsom salt will prevent bloat. The goats will not have bloat because of magnesium in Epsom salt. You mix it together, and some other mineral that you get, you mix them together, and then you compress them. After compressing all this protein and this carbohydrate and these minerals, you compress them. Give the goat to eat. Give it food to eat this morning. He will eat and be satisfied. Then the other goat went and grazed and is satisfied. Which one of the 2 goats do you think have high protein and high carbohydrate? The one that ate pellet, of course. The one that ate pellet ate high concentrated protein, ate high concentrated carbohydrate, while the other one ate, and fiber also. We use rice bran for fiber. A rice husk. Rice husk is high in fiber. We use rice husk for fiber. The one on the field ate grasses and drank water. This one had concentrated feed. Concentrated formulated feed. You compress the protein, you compress the carbohydrate, and you feed it. When we made our own, started making our pellets, we decided to check the performance of the feed on the animals. We just watch them, and more or less it's like fattening animals. And even the fattening that they do, the normal fattening or fattening rams, where you use kowa, arawa, dusa, and all those stuff. I think the pellet is a better option.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ma. Welcome. It's a better option when you are able to compress. And if you see the animals eating pellets, have you seen when Chinese people are fighting kickboxing? when they're fighting kickboxing. That's how it look like when they are eating pellet. You see they will be fighting and trying to outsmart another one and rushing. You will see the enjoyment that they are getting on the feed. And the PKC in the feed, which is protein and oil, it will make their skin shine, especially black goats. Black goats, you will see your black goats so bulky and so shining. The skin will look like mirror because of salt and PKC. Salt and PKC, the goat will be looking so beautiful. And some people used to dislike Sahelians, the Sahelian animals, because they look skinny. If you feed them with pellet, or that forget skinny. Sahelian, they fat. They fat. And the quality of feed they feed them. Sahelian, they fat and fresh. Once they run out with that, their long hair dangling in their head, you will love them. You will just fall in love with the animals as they come out with the thing dangling, and think, oh man. You so see how beautiful they are. How beautiful. And for the experienced farmers, we know that goat farming, the secret of a successful goat farming is 99.9% feeding, quality feed. If you feed your goats well, you will not give them medicine, apart from maybe spraying them, and they may be dewormers. But if you're using pellets, they will not have worms. That's it, another advantage of pellets. If they are grazing grasses, they will be having worms. If you're using pellets, they will not have worms. And though we have not gotten to that point, we just started using pellets for our own now, and we've not gotten to that point where we observe them. But based on practical experience, we know that there is no worms in the process of pelletizing, mixing all the feed. By the time it passes through the pellet machine, even though any worms are inside, the hotness of the pellet machine will burn the worm. They will burn the worm. Are you seeing it? At the end, you feed all those animals, and you just be comfortable. Even right now, I'm planning to take my system to zero grazing. And the stress that those workers are giving me in that bush, I'm thinking that if I can get a place that is close to me, I'll relocate all those animals and I'll be making pellets and be feeding them. The money I used to pay those workers of those guys, I'll use it to buy feed materials. We have the machines. You turn all of them, mix all of them together, produce pellets. Every week, I'm taking 50 bags of produced pellets. Keep them and be turning bags for feed for them to be eating every day. I won't be paying those crazy workers who I'm paying. I'll be nagging. I'm paying. I'll be shouting. If you know what we pass through in the hands of those workers, sometimes paying them is not the issue. You buy them phone and buy them SIM card. I know how many SIM cards I've gone to retrieve. They are registered under my NIN. The workers will be leaving. Will carry the phone and carry the SIM card come out. You're not even worried about the phone. It's the SIM. You now go back and retrieve the SIM. It's a stressful process for someone who doesn't have much time in his hand. You have to go and sit down in Airtel office, sometimes a whole day, just to retrieve line. And another worker will see come, and you want to work, he no get phone, and you can't put him there without communicating with him. The volume on the camera, sometimes if they are inside their room, they close their door. Whether they hear or they don't hear, I don't know. You'll be calling, they won't answer. You have to buy phone for them and put SIM. Sometimes you go to the essence of putting the charge card. I had a worker, Usman, tall black young boy. He was 23 years old, very friendly somebody. I just like him. I went to the extent of giving him 200 naira every time to call his girlfriend. 200 recharge card. He will just call me or flash me on phone and say he want to call his girl. He doesn't have a recharge card. I will send him recharge card just to encourage him. What is 200 naira to me? Nothing. But I feel that if the guy is happy, he will do my work well. But irrespective of what you do, bought phone, you will now buy solar panel. Over the years, I've understood that there are some solar panel that can charge small phone. They cannot charge Android phone. You will buy. Worker will be leaving. You will carry the phone, carry the charging panel, and leave. We don't have electricity in our farm. It's inside the bush. So a solar panel they use in charging their phones. They will carry the SIM, carry the phone, carry the solar panel. They don't go. Another one will come. You have no option. You can't leave somebody in the bush without communicating with him. The stress will be very high. Sometimes we're talking on the camera, the thing is echoing. It's not when you say it that the thing will enter his ear in the farm. Sometimes you talk now, there will be a delay in the camera. And when there are issues you need to attend to, you can't be doing that kind of mechanical communication. You just need to get a phone to ease your stress. Upon all the direct and indirect money you are spending on the workers, they will see the best in you work. I bail about 5 workers from police station. The DPO will call me, Animal Paradise. Now your boys are bill. Now you be that papa. Now you be that papa. The other one will say, your boy is there with us. Me, I'm in Benin. Your boy is there with us. They have arrested 1-2 times. The first time, that one is just a thief. I finally let go of him. It is station. He said, "May they call your guy." You will bail them. You're not going to remove it from their salary. All those extra money we are spending. If I'm really able to strategize things well, I gather those extra money and buy feed material, ingredients. Gathering feed ingredients. I'll be feeding my animals stresslessly, and I'll even be having time to attend to my animals myself. I love attending to my animals myself. It's just that in that bush now, because there were kidnappers there, we don't walk freely. I don't walk freely in that place anymore. You're walking, you're tense, you're walking, you're looking at your back, you're walking, you're not so comfortable because there were kidnappers activities there. But if we're able to relocate animals to a reasonable place in town, you just be feeding them with pelletized feed and enjoying feeding them. Wake up in the morning, wear your farm boot, get ready as a farmer, carry feed your animals. You know, that's the fun of it. That's what the highest benefit of farming. You participating in farm activities. It's a type of exercise. It's a type of exercise. Walk around your farm. Chase your goats around. You don't have to use a treadmill. Don't buy treadmill. Buy a Nigerian dwarf. Chase him around. Chase him around to give him ivermectin. The run you will run when you want to catch a Nigerian dwarf to give him ivermectin. He passed 1 month of using treadmill. So being a farmer is an exercise. You'll be running and exercising, isn't it? So based on our experience right now, the pellet type of feed is most effective when it comes to feeding and the animals gaining weight on time. In 1 week, we saw a very big difference. In 1 week, we saw a very big difference in the animals, and because the feed is concentrated. I see. So it's different from somebody may think that it's expensive. To me, I don't think it's expensive. I don't so much think it's expensive, because before you spend 400,000 to buy things and produce feed mix and produce feed for your animals, you will not only have a stressless feeding process, you will have a very nourishing feed, and the animals will gain weight. You will see the weight, you will see the growth, the fatness, you will see it on them in a short time. And then 400,000, if you're having 3 workers and you're paying them 50,000 naira, it is 150,000 naira in a month, plus stress, plus nagging, plus stealing. Have you seen it? Why 2 months is 300,000 directly? Let us say 2 months 400,000. If I get 1 tipper of brewery waste, which is about 5 tons, if I'm right, or 4 tons, then we get 50 bags of rice husk. 50 bags of rice husk. We get 100 bags of cassava peels or more. 100 pieces of cassava peels or more. Then we get 30 pieces of wheat offal or more. and then you get PKC. Let us say 200 kg of PKC or 300 kg of PKC. If you are able to finish using the one tipper, which 4 tons of the brewery waste, fine. If you're not able to use it, you can use half of it and then sell half of it for next production. You mix all these ingredients together and pelletize them out. You pelletize them out and you keep them. After pelletizing, you allow them to dry. You keep it on the floor for it to cold. It used to be hot, it will be cold. There's another machine they're selling a pellet dryer. If you want to store the pellet for a very long time, you dry it, you put it in that machine, and on it will dry it more. That one is for fish production, for fish feed production. You can dry it more and stock it. If that feed you mix is about to finish, you do another one. It's about to finish, you do another one. That's what we have been doing in a smaller scale for some time now. In smaller scale. And that smaller scale is because of time. I have all the feed there in the house, but I'll just make some and do. And sometimes the process of doing the NEPA will just take light. NEPA will just take light. Have you seen it? So it's much cheaper. Cheaper is stressless. What does it now take for you to feed the animals? Just carry one bag, pour it in their feeding trough. Carry 2 bags, pour it in your other feeding trough. Then open the door for the animals to eat. Have you seen it? It's just like buying robots. Buying robots in your company. When you buy robots in your company, you have to let go some human workers. That's what's going to happen to us now. So now that we are having pellets, no more cut and carry grass. Our cut and carry grass, we can employ people, they'll cut it, we'll dry it, we'll blend it and add it to our pellets. Instead of them eating in the feed, we'll blend it and add it to our pellets. Then we will employ people to do that once. Meanwhile, on a normal day, one worker can be there turning the feed for the animals. You get rid of 2 workers. Their 100,000 naira every month can enter into buying the feed materials. You can enter into buying the feed materials. And at the end, you see that it will not be so as expensive as before. And at that time now, no longer when the animals are grazing, people have to be patrolling them, watching them. If they don't get out, you can actually lock those animals in one place now and give them food. The ones I have in my backyard there that I'm using to test this feed that I'm doing, they're in one place there. Once they finish eating, they lie down in the corner there. They don't have big space that they are walking up and down in. And their body is coming out. I said a few days ago, my wife saw the animals, she shouted. He said, what are these animals eating? She was coming from somewhere. So she was passing, she now saw them. She was surprised. And because they are in the backyard of the house, so she always come out from the house and go. She doesn't see them. She saw those days will be feeding them pellets. She doesn't go to the back. This one, she was just coming, straight down from the junction. She had the opportunity to see behind. She just saw from the corner of the house, saw the animals. She was surprised. She said, sit down, Bele, sit down. I said, that's the advantage of feeding them with pellets. It's doing well. The animals are doing well. And they are doing well. So that's that for that. This video is getting long. Let me post it. It's 1 hour 3 minutes. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching Animal Paradise video. Those that have subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. We have WhatsApp group. We have Animal Paradise Mentorship Club. It's a registered group. You pay money to join the club. The essence is that we help to manage the farms, all farms. Anything is going on in your farm, you call us, we'll put heads together to see how to solve the issue. Starting from when you want to buy land for your pen, for your farm. We have to show you what features should be in the land before you buy them. After buying, what fencing materials are you supposed to use based on your pockets? How do you build your pen? How do you build your pen? Those well ventilated pen, they are bad now. They are not good pen now. Those ones they say well ventilated. Sometimes people will set block, 4 coach of block, and from that 4 coach upward will be open. The animals will be dying in the rainy season anyhow. the pen is not good anymore. It doesn't work well with us. Even in the north now, you see people covering their pen with zinc, and they cover their pen with zinc. They see that exposing those animals is not so healthy to them. And we teach you, or we show you how to do the best practice in goat farming 2025 in our mentorship club. And sometimes we also teach you how to identify original antibiotics, original vaccine, how to know them. There are small tests you take these things through, a small medical skill that you just take them through in your hand. You just know whether it's good or it's not good. I've seen it. And when it's time to buy animals, we also advise you what type of animals to buy. Don't buy animals from the market. Don't buy animals that are not vaccinated. And then when you need vaccinated animals, we have a community of goat farmers all over Nigeria, as far as Nigeria Republic. We have communities of goat farmers. Most of them used to sell sometimes. That's how to get vaccinated animals. When you need, you signify that you need. You write your name down there. When someone wants to sell, we ask how many they want to sell and ask you how many you want to buy. So we'll get from the farmers and give to the new farmers, which is the whole essence of goat farming in Nigeria. Because vaccinated animals are limited in Nigeria now. We cannot rear animals and rear animals, vaccinate them, manage them, and give it to slaughter people to eat them. Farm animals is not for eating. And we are not raising them up for eating. We are raising them up to spread it to another farmer, so that vaccinated animals can be increased in Nigeria. So that vaccinated animals can be many in Nigeria. And if every farm is having vaccinated animals and new farms are having vaccinated animals, the numbers are increasing. Many countries don't have the issues of PPR. Many countries don't have it. Many countries don't talk about PPR. They have eradicated PPR since. PPR vaccine is not available in South Africa. They don't have PPR disease there. And PPR disease is taking a lot of goat farmers' finance, a lot of goat farmers' fund in Nigeria. You see a Nigerian farmer that doesn't know that he has to buy vaccinated animals. It's your fee that you have to buy goats. He will buy 100 goats, and then PPR will wipe them out. They will all die. They were coughing. They were having catarrh. They were having diarrhea. They were not eating. All of them will just die. A lot of people are still experiencing it now. That's why we must join hands together to ensure that we produce vaccinated animals and distribute vaccinated animals to new and upcoming goat farmers. One reason, they will skip the stress. Another reason, they will save much money. Another reason, they will still help us to spread the vaccinated animals in the country. Because the prosperity of one goat farmer is a prosperity to all of us. You may be the one to buy the third generation of his kids, or it may be somebody that you are bringing up in goat farming that will buy the third generation of his goat, of his kids' goats. He started goat now. Those ones gave birth. Those ones gave birth. The other one gave birth. The other one gave birth. That fourth or fifth generation, when it's time, it is your own brother or your own friend that may need to get vaccinated goats, and it may be from him that we need to get. From him. Are you seeing it? So everybody is beneficial to everybody, and at the same time we share knowledge. Somebody asked me a question. He has a question in the group. I didn't answer. Later he now said that Animal Paradise, you didn't answer me. I said, okay, it cannot be possible that Animal Paradise will have answers to all questions. It can't be possible that I will know everything. It's not possible. It's not. Are you seeing it? He was surprised. I said yes. What we know is what we have experienced. What we have not experienced, we don't know. We don't know. I know how to tackle blots. There's this thing called blots in goats. But in my years of doing goat farming, I have never had blood in my farm. I've never had one goat that had blood. Because of my mixing magnesium with my kitchen salt and adding to their drinking water. It's normal thing we do. We get Epsom salt, we grind it, we mix it with kitchen salt. We have a 20-liter bucket full of salt mixed with Epsom salt. Every time you give them water, you must take and add to it. You add to their drinking water. The workers are supposed to do that once every day, even though they don't do it. When I get there every Saturday, or if I miss Saturday, I may go there on Monday. I will do that. It's my one of the things I do. I give the goats water to drink. I'll get all their feeding troughs. I'll put salt in it. I'll turn water inside. Then you release them. They'll come and drink everything and finish it. Because of that simple practice, we have never had blood. We have never. In my farm since last year, January, till now. No, not this last year, January. The other year. We're in a new year now. The other year, that is 2023 January, till now. We don't have cough. We don't have catarrh. We don't have diarrhea. Because our animals are multiple vaccinated. They are not mono. They are multiple vaccinated. Multiple vaccinated means that we'll be vaccinating them every 6 months. Now, even though rain beat them and beat the hell out of them, they won't have any symptoms like that. The generations are also vaccinated along. As they take the immune system, as they take the vaccine from the immune system, they are born. Once they make the time, we vaccinate them. Once they make 6 months, we vaccinate them. Once they make 6 months again, we vaccinate them. So we keep vaccinating. So sometimes there are some experiences that are unique to your farm that are not in our own farm. They are not in our own farm. Are you seeing it? Not that we don't have the answers to them, but there are some questions that I cannot know. I cannot know. Because it's not possible for me to know everything. It's not possible. But some other people in the group might have experienced it before and they will share it with you. It may not be medical or health issues. It may just be practical what's it called? Story or practical experience, practical problem. Have you seen it? It may just be. So that's why we have Animal Paradise Mentorship Club. We have over 110 people in there, major farmers doing major work. There is one man in that place that is building the biggest goat farm I've ever seen in Nigeria. The biggest goat farm I've ever seen in Nigeria. I'm going to make a video when I'm opportune to go there again. If he invites me to come again, I'm going to make a video there. It's contemporary, and contemporary has to ship in containers of slated floor. The floor of the farm is slated floor. That's green rubber thing. You have to ship them in from China and ship a lot of things in. And then I think the land is worth over 60 hectares. Yeah. 60 hectares of land that's going to use for, that is used to, is building it already for goat farming. I've seen it. So he's there in the mentorship club, and so many others. A lot of people are there. Someone that has the highest exotic breed in the whole of southern Nigeria is there. In the whole of western Nigeria is there. I seen it. Why am I saying this? Men who have practical goat farming experience. Practical goat farming experience. They are not reading books. They are not reading blogs. They are dealing with goats. Practical dealing with goats. And so when you ask a question, he's not going to answer you based on what he read. He's going to answer you based on what he saw and what he experienced. Have you seen it? This is Animal Paradise. My video is 1 minute, 1 hour, 13 seconds. I'm going to post it now. I don't know if I'm going to edit it, though there was some noise on the background, but we just have to manage it like that. I may not have the time to edit. I see it. So this is Animal Paradise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Animal Paradise Farm. Like our videos. Just like and share. You can share our videos from the YouTube channel to Facebook, to WhatsApp, different groups in WhatsApp. Share our videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.